special day. Hardly ever get to even get near a Koenigsegg. I've had once at a Michelin event, once at Sunset GT Cars and Coffee. Today, we're gonna get to ride in one. So we're really taking it to the next level here. It's gonna be a pretty special day, I think. This is very, very exciting. We'll get some info, hear from the owner, Jeff.
How's it going,
Appreciate
Jordan?
it very much.
Anytime.
Here to give a little bit of background about this one. I know all the Koenigsegg's are kind of special. They're like named, right?
Yeah, this is the Agera XS, and what that name kind of means is in its name. It's excessive. So the main features of this is that for an Agera RS, it's supposed to have more downforce. It's supposed to be the more track focused styling to it. Two main differences that you'll see on the outside are the wing, of course. The wing is a top-mounted wing opposed to the regular RS wing, which is stands on the back. And there are other top-mounted wings that they provide, but this one is about the size of the one-to-one wing. Very massive. The other thing is that they've actually swapped the two canards on the front, so the larger one actually is underneath that vent on most other RSs. Okay. And the smaller one is in its place up top. Gotcha. And because it's an air inlet, it helps push down because it gives something to push down on while the air is flowing in. Okay. Everything else is mostly underneath the car. It's air channels and ducts to help make the air flow around it and through the car a lot smoother in order to have more downforce, have that better track time. And then the color itself is made by a company in Philadelphia called Carrossery, which both XSs have their color made from.
You have both of the XSs?
No, so a friend of ours from Florida has the orange XS, which he modeled after a toy car for his son, which was very impressive. He's a good friend of ours, and he wanted us to be a part of that package and have the opportunity to choose that if we so chose. The main difference between ours, besides the coloring, he has the 1 megawatt upgrade. We have the standard 1160 horsepower engine. Opposed to the 1300.
Only 1160.
Yeah.
Man, can you even make it up the hill to come in here?
Well, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Single clutch makes it a struggle.
Is it a single clutch, really?
Yes, single clutch.
Oh, I guess a dual clutch would have trouble with all that power, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot to handle, plus a single clutch is much lighter.
The shifts, are they still pretty quick, or does it kick you hard?
It's quick, but it does kick you. Okay. And it's a great feeling, though. It's
I'm sure.
Very violent.
This is going to be a very unique experience, and I'm excited to ride along.
The only other features that I really have to say is that cars that we have that are a little on the higher end, such as our Wyra or Wyra BC, we have crowns hidden on the car. We're known as the king. So we decided to just keep rolling with it, and we do something on all our big cars.
I feel like if you have that sort of car collection, you can get away with that name. Yeah. Well, sweet. Let's jump in.
Hold the button, you wait for the sound, and you pull it up.
What's it called? A dihedral?
Dihedral something door.
Woo.
Yeah.
That is,
look at that.
Sick.
Koenigsegg carbon fiber is just the most beautiful thing. Dude, you just have to look, they have the warning here, because if you are next to a curb on this thing, that's going to be a no-no.
You're going to go right into it.
Yeah. That'd be scary. All right. It's the first time sitting in a Koenigsegg. All right. Oh, you got some real leg room here. Yeah. No kidding. That's great. Dude, this
seat even has room to go back a little more. All electric.
Really interesting.
Actually, Koenigsegg also has heated seats.
Yeah, they look like race seats in any other car that just don't have any electronics. That's wild.
Fully electronic seats.
Does it recline, or is it solid bucket?
It reclines, yeah. It moves as two separate pieces.
Dude, this is comfortable. I'm impressed. It's only one passenger in here. We're doing this first person. Ugh. All right, wait, so how do we do the seat thing?
So there's a button that says seat and mirror.
Okay, yep.
Just tap that, passenger side, so we can move you back. We can lean you back.
This is wild.
Raise the seat, sink the seat.
That's bizarre. So if you've ever wondered what the cockpit of a Koenigsegg looks like, we got Agera XS, the king. It's all electronic dash.
All electronic dash.
And just all this carbon fiber that you can see. Not a bad place to be. You are a lucky man. I envy you.
Aware.
So the ground clearance on this thing coming out of driveways, does it have a lift? Is it? Of course it does.
we don't actually need it to go down these speed bumps here.
Really? You don't need to put the lift on for those?
Nope.
Huh. How many miles does this thing have on it?
4,245.
All right.
Wyra has about 30,000 miles on it.
What?
And our BC just hit 11,000 this week.
I like hearing that. That's amazing, because so many people just don't drive them when they get cars like this. You definitely feel the road bumps as you would expect to in something this up there on the spectrum, but it's just very comfortable sitting in here. Woo, those little pops are nice. So, we're probably about to hit it pretty hard here. So what's the 0 to 60?
I do believe the 0 to 60 is supposed to be under 3 seconds.
And then I assume it gets more impressive the higher you go.
Yeah.
This is the one that hit the world record. Not literally this car, but it was an RS that did the world record. So this is the world's fastest car currently. All right, here we go, boys. Good Lord. Yeah, that single clutch really kicks hard. Woo!
But it feels so good.
Yeah, that's wild.
The personality of the car very, very well.
God, it just sounds so angry. Come on, be nice. Pull over. You might be fast in normal world, but we're not in the normal world right now. Who wouldn't pull to the side of the road when a Koenigsegg is on their tail? My God. Be nice. That cornering is unbelievable. And it's standard Pilot Sport Cup 2s, right?
I do believe so, yeah.
It's crazy that the tire technology has come so far since the original Maron, where they had to have their specially developed Michelins that cost like $25,000 a set, to now the Sport Cup 2s can basically be thrown on anything and set a world record.
Yeah, it's not just that, but also just, like I said before, because of the wing and all the other little arrows.
Oh yeah, it's got crazy downforce.
The downforce just sits the car through the corners. Yeah. There's so many cars that the tires do make the difference, but for this car, with the combination of the two, you're just on a whole nother level.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think I could do this cornering in other cars. Like the GT, it corners well, but I'm not sure quite like that. And it does have the Sport Cup 2s on it. It's a great car, but we're in different tiers here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what the heck? You got the camera here from the back?
Yeah. It's my rear view mirror since I don't have one.
Oh, what in the world? I didn't even realize that.
Just switch that. I have all the assistant readout, or I can go change anything else. The car has Apple CarPlay.
No kidding.
And it has Bluetooth, so a lot of modern creature comforts. But if I need to see behind me, just flick that knob.
That's hilarious.
Screen behind.
Didn't even realize there's no rear view mirror in here.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't help because the scoop goes right over where it would be, and then if
there's
didn't have the
there.
scoop, you would have the whole wing assembly right there, so you wouldn't see anything regardless. But the hardest thing is just with the doors, you never know how much space to exactly
Yeah, that'd be my biggest fear.
But you usually find a spot, and you usually can make it out. We had a few tight spots. We were between two Ford Raptors earlier.
Oh God.
And those things fill up space.
Yep.
But we managed to open the doors, no issue. So
I'd be more worried about the curb thing. I guess you just have to always let your passenger out before you get close to the curb in this car.
I don't know if you caught this either.
What's that?
One of the few supercars to have an easy pass.
Good. Yeah, take it in the quick lane, and we don't have many of those roads in California.
Out here, but out east we have a decent bit of toll highways and everything. So having those saves so much effort.
I mean, it's nice to see because it it implies that the car does get driven.
Yeah.
And also, so these are the latches for the roof, right?
Yes, the roof comes
pops off.
The roof does come off.
Do you find you drive it more or less with the roof off?
I generally drive it less with the roof off.
Okay.
And that's just because I'm more of a coupe person, but the car is designed to be both, so you can have it either way. I was driving it around the other day when it was nice out, not as hot, not as intense sun, and that was with the top down. That was nice to do.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have the option. So I don't know how much you know about Koenigsegg, but the wing is fully active aero. It's constantly moving around.
Oh, I did not know that.
When we get to a stop, you might hear it or you might see it.
Okay.
But it does like a little flick because when it's stationary, it doesn't know what to do because there's no air flowing over it. So it's not sure what percentage of rake it should be at. It'll do like a little adjustment trying to figure out what to do while it's stationary, but otherwise it's moving around while we're in these corners, adjusting rake to change the amount of downforce necessary. This guy's just been going up and down the mountain all day.
The Golf Porsche?
Yeah, I think he's trying to set a lap time. He's been at it since probably
really
9 in the
road.
morning.
It's unfortunate it didn't make it onto video because I just wasn't prepared for it. But last night, someone comes up to me. He's like, hey, I really enjoy watching your videos. Want to go drive a 720? And I'm like, I haven't driven a 720 before. I really don't want to impose. Are you absolutely sure?
Yeah.
Comes back a couple minutes later with the key, and it's like, all right, I guess we're off. I got a nice open run on this road with the 720, and
I bet it was fantastic.
it was great. Yeah, that car, I mean, very, very different than this, in a different league, but I was super impressed by it. When you see the camera go like this, that's because of the single clutch just kicking me. I can't hold it steady.
Not the braking itself is a whole different game. I don't know how much you've noticed because I haven't been too hard on them.
No,
but
it doesn't seem like it.
It comes very smoothly but very easily.
It's an impressive piece of kit, this thing is. Man, oh man. One day.
This car, in addition to being the fastest car in the world, also has the fastest 0 to 300 to 0.
Yeah.
So
What's the time on that?
Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head. There's too many numbers to keep straight. It's ridiculous.
Basically, just name something, and it's probably the fastest at it.
The funny thing is that they did the record for just that at their airstrip, but then when they were doing the 277 run, they re-broke it.
Oh, really?
So they set a completely different time.
They broke their own record, yeah.
Yeah, they broke their own record with a completely different time.
Not even on purpose. They're just like,
It wasn't even on purpose.
They hit
totally...
277, and then they just did a hard break, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's great.
But it was from the measuring points from 300 kilometers. So I think they were like, let's just see what happens in this different environment.
Yeah.
And they went and did it just because they're like, it'll probably be the same, but just in case it isn't, because they had a whole stretch of Nevada road sectioned off just for them to do whatever they wanted on it. Yeah. So it's like, well, we're here, might as well.
Yeah,
and then they break their own record again, doing a 0 to 300 to 0, and it's like, well, okay. That's kilometers an hour, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't...
No one's hit 300 yet in a production car. Yeah, that's actually, that's not bad with the lift up right there. You got some, you got really good clearance, actually. That's almost like, yeah, that's like Ford GT with the lift up in that category. How often do you see a Koenigsegg just filling up at a gas station? Not terribly regularly. I mean, you do.
Yes.
But
surprisingly, it isn't terrible on gas mileage.
Yeah?
For V8 twin turbo, that
yeah, maybe like
much.
8 miles a gallon.
A little more.
Okay.
A little more.
I will say that the Ford GT has about an 11-gallon tank, and the maximum range it'll ever show is like 180 miles.
That's a lot less than I thought. Oh, the actual Batmobile just drove by.
Wait, what?
There was the actual Batmobile.
Like a movie prop.
Yes, that just drove by.
Okay, well, missed out on that.
Ford GT.
Oh, there we go. We got an 05 coming up right there. No shortage of nice cars during Monterey Car Week. It's just like everything that normally would be something you look at in everyday life is just like run-of-the-mill. So before we wrap up, the driver's seat is looking pretty empty right now. No, I'm not gonna actually, but at least get to sit in the cockpit. would be pretty darn cool. So let's do that. Broom, broom. So, if you ever wonder what it looks like to drive a Koenigsegg, here we go, folks. This is the driver's seat. Next step, own one in 20 years. Cool. Well, Jeff, appreciate it.
Anytime.
That's a pretty unique opportunity that I have not had a chance to do before, and who knows in the future. So yeah, pretty awesome. What a car. You feel free to shout out your Instagram or something. Where can people find all
follow
this?
Sparky1888 and VTM_the_king_4 on Instagram, and I'm VTM44 on Twitter.
All right, sweet. I'll link it in the description of the video if you want to check out more of the car stuff that they have to offer, which is a lot of it. So anyway,
Big collection. Pretty
awesome stuff. Man, Car Week, what a success so far. Woo. We'll wind it down there for this video. Stay tuned for more.
Yeah.